Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got news for you. Brad Garlinghouse on Fox yesterday. We got the highlights and so much more. How about ETFs? How about XRP ETF? How about somebody roll that beautiful intro?
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and digperspectives.com for exclusive content. Right now, $2.77 trillion market cap for crypto, and it says the market is up 1,900%, which is not accurate. However, Bitcoin, I wish the market was up 1,900%, but nevertheless, we're looking at this right now, 70,800 plus for Bitcoin. Hello. So, hey. 70,800 plus. Now you're hearing that right. That's Bitcoin right now. And 3,800 plus for Ethereum right now. And $112 billion market cap plus for Tether. Number 8 spot is XRP at 52 cents. The market is up 1.1 for XRP on the 24 and up 0.1% on the 7-day. Let's look at the range of price. Ranging between 52 53 cents. We'll keep an eye on it. Let me tell you what I do want to tell you about right quickly here, ladies and gentlemen, and it's this. It's linked to the best private equity in the world, ladies and gentlemen, and over 82 companies available on the platform. But I want to tell you about one in particular today, and it's Anthropic, ladies and gentlemen. Now, listen. This is what you need to know about Anthropic. First of all, they got specials on 5% off of 10K orders. They got 10% off orders of 25K plus. That is amazing. And that goes through the rest of today into midnight tonight Pacific time. So don't mess around. But this is the kind of cool stuff that they do all the time. But just very quickly, let me tell you something. Anthropic has Claude AI, products. And notable customers, Amazon. Heard of them? Yeah. How about Slack? It's amazing the groups and companies that are tied. And by the way, they've invested in this company too. So, it's pretty remarkable. Google has invested $2 billion. Amazon has invested, I think it was $4 billion. You can invest alongside of the Google and Amazon in Anthropic as well. But you go to link to sign up and register. It takes probably 3 minutes max. They have it streamlined for you. And you can get it too and invest alongside of massive behemoth companies just like that. Be that baby VC. Get in there and get started, ladies and gentlemen. Link to my sponsor underneath the video. Let's take a look at this. Ripple at this year's Global Custodian Leaders in Custody Awards. Look at this right here. He put on the powder blue jacket for that with the black bow tie. Yeah, go Tyrion. I'm no fashion consultant here, but you know what? The award makes the jacket look better. That I'm going to say, right? The bow tie we can talk about later. But nevertheless, the point is that you won, right? We're hugely proud of you, Tiernan. No doubt about it. So congratulations to them. But listen, all fun aside, Ripple's making waves. They're getting recognized at an incredible level. This is a big deal because what is it? The foundation of this digital asset space is, in fact, custody, right? And then we have to have the regulation, legislation, the clarity for the institutions to come off the sidelines. And when they come off the sidelines, they know exactly where to go for custody because that's the foundation of it all, right? So that's why we're so excited to hear what's going to happen with stablecoins here in the near term, right? Because the next thing after custody is the on and off ramps, which is stablecoins. Come on in. Yeah, we know how it works around here, but let's talk about ETFs for a second. Chad Steingraber wants to remind all of us about currency ETFs. He says XRP's digital oil. Well, I tell you what, Chad, you are a ball of fire out here, buddy. I tell you that. This guy and so many others just out here crushing it every day. If you're not following Chad, I just don't know why. You really should. Matter of fact, how many followers Chad got? 27,000. It should be 270,000, if not 2.7 million. But nevertheless, he shares here just for everybody. Let's go over this. Currency ETFs. Knowing what currency ETFs are about and why you should consider them and what impacts their performance can help you decide how to incorporate them into your investing strategy. And it says here, currency ETFs, exchange-traded funds, may track a single currency or a basket of currencies. The simplest currency ETF are backed by bank deposits in a foreign currency. However, there are also more complex currency ETFs, as you heard described with the basket, that purchase currency derivatives, primarily forward and swap contracts, which are agreements to exchange an asset at a predetermined date to achieve foreign currency exposure. So why have them in your portfolio? Depending on the type of assets already in your portfolio, having non-dollar currency exposure may provide additional diversification. Some investors may also use currency ETFs to hedge non-dollar liabilities or to speculate on exchange rates. So there you have that, and I think that's a nice overview, so I wanted to share it. And then here I wanted to share this. An XRP ETP is more realistic, which is exchange-traded product, right? Similar, same family, right? Is more realistic in a just a more general term. More realistic in the U.S. than most may realize, says Smoke Dog, another one you should follow. There are currently crypto investment products that already include XRP XLM. This enables retail and institutional investors to invest in the digital assets, and ETP equals trusted investment structure. And as you can see listed here, it shows on the diagram, obviously, besides Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polkadot, but you see the Ripple XRP, Stellar's XLM, and Tezos, Cardano, and EOS as well. So these products are out here. It's just they're not available in the U.S., right? That's what really the big deal is. We're waiting for that. And we know with the onset of what we've seen happen for Bitcoin ETFs, obviously, it creates a lot of excitement for everybody waiting for an XRP ETF and other assets, right? You're going to hear a really great point made by Brad Garlinghouse on that particular issue in just a moment here. Amelie, give her a follow here. It says, Grayscale mentions XRP in relation to the currency's crypto sector. Currency's crypto sector serves three fundamental roles. Listen to this: medium of exchange, store of value, and a unit of account. That's right. That's what currency definition is, right? It needs all three of those things to really be a currency. So pretty remarkable in that regard. Now, as far as store of value goes, we get it. Medium of exchange, we get that. Unit of account, I understand that. But, when you're looking at things like Bitcoin, a lot of people would say it does not fall under a currency, right? Certainly a store of value, but, you have to question a couple of those other categories here. I'm sharing this, and I'm not going to play this whole thing. First of all, there's copywritten music in it, but there is something here being said that I just want to top off, right? Ripple partner, Standard Chartered Bank, resetting globalization technology. And they go through this and talk about the digitization of technology and the economy and tokenizing traditional markets and products, as well as the impact of artificial intelligence too. So this is coming in a big way, ladies and gentlemen, the integration of all of this technology. And here's something that I wanted to bring up as far as our perspectives go, perspective to consider. For those of us who have been in this space for a long time, waiting for that moment of adoption to come, or even just the ribbon cutting on legal clarity, legislation we need, right? Be very careful. We have waited so long for that moment to come. Believe it or not, it could be that we actually become the ones who miss that moment because we can't see the day-to-day of it happening as clearly as someone would see it as a contrast that doesn't know anything about digital currencies or digital assets or crypto and the technology innovation of DLT and blockchain. And then all of a sudden, they get godsmacked one day and they're like, oh, this is what the impact is. We've been here. So, be very careful and aware and make sure you're kind of running a mental process, right, each day. Like, okay, where are we at here, right? And I know we need the legislative clarity and those things, but don't let this moment, this threshold that we're crossing right now, slip by you. Because we are at a very critical moment of transition into integrating this technology in the financial system. There's no question. And speaking of which, Wrath of Common says here, 2 Ripple users, ex-current back in the day, have signed a significant partnership as dLocal and integrates RIA services for remittance and money transfers. Now, what to make of it, he's still unsure. The difficult part here is finding positive confirmation either is still involved with Ripple. Both were listed on Ripple's site ticker at one point, but no longer. Regardless, XRP was not in play at that time either. Now, still a great share, and I wanted to remind everybody, just as he has done here, this is the RIA's money transfer digital partner, amplify real-time transfers to Africa, Middle East, and Latin America. And I wanted to show you the size of RIA money transfer with a network of more than 580,000 locations and a presence in nearly 200 countries and territories. And DLocal joined forces to expand peer-to-peer cross-border payouts to broaden services across several regions worldwide. Now, it doesn't say, as it says in the article, and as Ratha Kaman mentioned, it does not mention Ripple or XRP in the article. But what I did want to show in support to his conversation was that, yes, back in 2020, Ripple partnered with DLocal, which was valued at $1.2 billion in 2020, right? So now, then there was this here, Ripple partnered in 2019 with RIA Money Transfer to power instant global payments. So, still being used on the back end? We don't know that answer, but I wanted to go ahead and solidify that conversation that Ratha Kaman had started yesterday. So super excited to see where we can get more information on that. Now we have Brad Garlinghouse's interview on Fox. Now the whole thing's fantastic, but don't worry, I'm not going to play you the whole thing. I'm going to jump in and just give you I think it's 3 highlights I have set up for you here. The first one starts right here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and do that and check it out.
Known you for, I don't know, 7 years now, and back then, y'all didn't have that loud a voice. It feels like you do now. So what about an XRP ETF? You were speaking at the Consensus 2024 conference just a week ago, and you said inevitable, not just for XRP, but Solana and Cardano, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
But XRP in particular, the SEC has tried to throw you down in court.
Yeah.
Don't you think that Gensler and company might just say, no, that one, no way?
I think it's a hard argument with them to win. I mean, can they make life difficult? They've made life difficult for a lot of people, then they've lost in court. From what I was talking about at the Consensus conference last week in Austin was that people don't want just exposure to one commodity. So if you have exposure to gold, you might want exposure to silver. If you have exposure to other commodities. And so to me, it only makes sense. You don't want to have just a single threaded asset exposure. So I think people also forget that it wasn't that long ago, before the SEC got involved, that XRP was the second most valuable digital asset. And that was before the SEC kind of anointed ETH. Then they couldn't answer the question, is ETH a security or not? And now they've approved the ETF. They contradict each other. It's very contradict themselves. It's very difficult to follow.
It is very difficult to follow. Now let me move you to the next spot here and get this set up. I want to play this for you here, right in there. Let's play it there.
But here's my question. Right now, the main competitor in that space is SWIFT. That, of course, is the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Transactions. That's the global one that a lot of people use. They charge much more, do they not?
Yeah, they really are the dominant. I mean, SWIFT has been around for, 50, 60 years. And the frustrating part for all of us as users of SWIFT is that it really hasn't changed in 50 or 60 years. The architecture of how it works, it means it's slow, it's expensive, and frankly, it's quite error prone. Some studies have shown that about 6% of all SWIFT attempts to wire a SWIFT transaction end up in errors that bounce back, and then it takes days to get it back.
What about you guys?
Well, an XRP transaction and a payment flow for us is really real time. It's instant, it's cross-border, and the really powerful thing for a lot of our customers is they don't have to pre-fund accounts, because our customers are financial institutions. And the way SWIFT works is you're pre-funding, you have dormant capital sitting in other banks around the world. Using XRP, using RippleNet, our payments network, you don't have to pre-fund.
When we look at this suddenly coming alive cryptocurrency, at least in the past week or so, so now we've got Bitcoin.
Okay, now let me pause it right there. I got another spot that I want to pull in here, and it is right. Let me get it lined up here. Right here. Take a listen to this clip. And we have one more thing that you're going to love this.
What's really driving the momentum right now is seeing that, you even said this earlier, the voice of crypto, the voice of Ripple, and has really gone up in the conversation in the United States. I think you're seeing shifts.
Well, some of that is money. You yourself, over the past 2 years, have given a total of $50 million to Fair Shake, the lobby firm that cryptocurrency people are really kind of filling the coffers there. And suddenly you have Donald Trump saying, I'm the crypto president. You have Joe Biden making some noise about, come on, lay off the regulations a little bit. You guys suddenly have a voice. You're the kitten that roared, in a way.
Yeah. So I think it's less about the roaring kitten and more about, hey, finally you're seeing some of the political machinery in the United States move and act. And look, we haven't yet seen the Biden administration. They've said some things, but they haven't followed this up with actions. You have seen Trump make this part of his campaign. I think it's incredibly smart and incredibly strategic. This is a topic that has a lot of passionate people, and this is an excitement and enthusiasm that are pro-innovation, pro these technologies, and know that they can be used in ways to protect consumers all at the same time. I think it's crazy that it ever became a partisan issue, but I think that the Republicans are being very strategic in how they're approaching that, and I think it's becoming an election issue, which I think is good for the industry, and thus I think it's driving some momentum in the market.
Brad, we'll be watching. Okay, XRP ETF. When?
I think we're going to see it. I think it'll probably be 2025.
Next year?
Yeah,
all right.
Not too far away.
Good to see you.
Very
We'll see if that happens and if it comes to pass.
Well, there you have it. Look at it. Look at the grin. Look at the grin. Listen, let me take you back, because here's the part that's sleepy. If you're not waiting and you don't catch it, listen.
Other commodities, and so to me, it only makes sense. You don't want to have just a single-threaded asset exposure. So I think people also forget that it wasn't that long ago, before the SEC got involved, that XRP was the second most valuable digital asset.
How about that one? Yeah. See, for those that haven't been in this space, I remember that. And then I remember being sued, right? And then it went away. And that right there, I have always said, is motive, right? Just like we know that Vitalik Buterin spent 2 weeks on Stephen Thomas's couch, and according to the Medium article that Stephen Thomas himself wrote, that is where Vitalik gained the knowledge and the last piece he needed to go off and to make Ethereum's smart contract network. So if anyone understood what a threat was to what he was doing, Vitalik understood it. Because he slept 2 weeks on the couch and he got the information he needed to finally make Ethereum from Ripple. How about that one? Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting little timeline. Let's take a look at this very quickly. How about this for a timeline? Egg Reg Crypto, it's an OG in the house, ladies and gentlemen. The XRP inverted hammer. Super bullish alert, and I'm super ready, is what I am. And this right here, according to the secret of inverted hammers, puts us at a 75% bullish indicator. Remember, it's an indicator, not a prediction. That's where a lot of people get turned around. And I'm super, super grateful for him and so many other technical analysts that share their information and insights every day with us. These guys do it, and they get attacked. They shouldn't be. I'm very grateful for each and every one of them. This is awesome. Things are getting exciting, ladies and gentlemen. What may be the thing that sets it all in motion? I don't know. But I tell you this, we're going to need to know where USD Tether lies with the United States government, the Federal Reserve, and the U.S. Treasury before we actually have a healthy, regulated market. That much I guarantee you. DigPerspectives.com, great way to support the channel. Click Freedom Zone and come on in. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. I'll catch all of you on the next one.